Welcome to Shift by Bacardi.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Griffin in Toronto, Canada, and I'm here with my friend and wonderful chef Luke Donato. We're going to be talking a little bit about brunch and brunch cocktails with you. Alright, so Sunday fun day, we all love getting up and waiting in line for brunch, but why do we do it, right? Obviously the food is good, so kind of opening this up to Luke here. Luke and I worked together for a little while there and absolutely loved it, and he has some awesome ideas about brunch. So Luke, welcome, and what excites you a little bit about brunch?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm definitely leaning towards savory than sweet. You know, I think a waffle is fine for brunch, but personally, I'm definitely going towards savory, and I love seafood, oysters, or especially I love shrimp cocktail.
Nice. I love shrimp cocktail as well. That's actually one of those things that I almost try to always order. It's not necessarily like your main course or the star of your dish, but I mean, having one, it's a good thing for everyone to share. Everyone gets a bit, and I think the balance on it is fantastic. And I mean, with my field of cocktailing, it's like balance is everything, right?
It's easy. It's it's an item that nobody thinks they want, and then as soon as it hits the table, you have to order another.
Yeah, right? Awesome. So what is it that we love so much about the shrimp cocktail?
I think it does a lot of things for us, right? It has great twang. There's often some heat from the horseradish. You know, like a shrimp it's pretty accessible. You know, like I haven't really met too many people that don't like a shrimp, and it's cooked seafood. You know, it's not as scary as an oyster, so it's definitely approachable and as well as just delicious. You know, like that sweetness from the shrimp and the great savoriness of the cocktail sauce.
Nice. Yeah, to me, it says it in the name, right? Shrimp cocktail. It is a cocktail because of the balance. So yeah, that just gets me excited on what can I do with that. So I'm using like kind of your words as guidelines, Luke. I'm going to just make a little cocktail for us here.
Sounds great.
I mean, you got to have brunch with vodka, right? So I'm going to be using Grey Goose here. And I kind of want to make like a sweet and savory play on a cocktail. So using vodka as the base, I think I'm going to back it up with a little bit of Fino Sherry, which is kind of like a dry, slightly oxidative style sherry, which just really kind of it harmonizes a lot of different flavors. It goes well with sweet, savory, sour, bitter. It's just a good backbone to have as a leading character.
And even like things like shrimp bisque are often finished with a bit of sherry at the end. So I think that's a great idea, great direction.
Nice. No, awesome. Also, like because of often your shrimp cocktail comes with like a wedge of lemon or so. Like a little kick of acidity is good. I have some limes, so I'm gonna juice up some limes there. And last, I kind of wanted something that was a little bit like herbaceous. You get often a little bit of lettuce and a horseradish. I happen to have celery, so I whipped up a syrup. I just kind of blended some in my blender, celery, just with a hint of water, just enough to kind of mix it smoothly. I strained that out, and then I added equal parts white sugar to this. And
so good.
Yeah, and I think this should be stable for a week or so.
Cool.
Just because you have enough sugar in there to really keep it shelf stable. Obviously, I'm keeping it in the fridge. But yeah, and then I also added just a pinch of salt during the process, just because that's super important, I think, for balance. And lastly, again, just kind of play on that herbaceousness. This is one of my favorite back bar staples. It's salted absinthe.
Awesome.
Basically, just make a saline solution, so a little bit of water and salt, and then add that to some absinthe. This one, you only need to add like a dash or so, and it's just going to bring out all those sweet, savory, and bitter notes, and herbaceous notes a little bit more. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to make a shaken cocktail with this. I'm going to add 1 dash of my salted absinthe. Start with 10 milliliters of lime juice, 20 milliliters of my celery syrup.
love the celery. It makes so much sense. You know, if you were to cook shrimp or poached shrimp, you would definitely use a courgouillon, you know, where it's, you know, in French it essentially means, you know, a quick stock or a short stock, and like there would definitely be celery, onion, carrot in it, you know, there'd be all those aromatics. So I think this is such a fantastic direction.
Well, so many great dishes are built on the mirepoix, right? Which is your celery, carrot, onion.
Yeah, it's classic cooking. It's, you know, it's my favorite type of cooking.
Yeah, and French cuisine isn't complete with wheat, right? With flour.
Of course.
So, so that here's my vodka. I'm adding 40 milliliters of that. Also, I added 30 milliliters of my Fino Sherry there, and that's all you need for this cocktail. I'm just gonna add my ice. I love cocktails that kind of like have cascading liquor amounts. So there's 10 milliliters of lime, 20 of the celery syrup, 30 of the Fino, and 40 of the vodka. It just makes it so much easier to
that's fun.
Yeah, to memorize and quick to execute.
You know, even when I build recipes, I try and think in ratios like that of each other, you know, and I really like how bartending is going metric. It lets you think about the ingredients a little bit more thoughtfully as opposed to these, you know, a half ounce is accurate, but it seems a little bit more arbitrary compared to like 10 or 15 mils, you know?
Nice. All right.
Wow. Woo! That looks great.
There we go. And I got a nice little garnish. I got up a little extra early today, and I used a carrot peeler to make some celery ribbons.
Smart.
And you throw them in a little bit of cold water, and it curls naturally on itself.
Yeah.
And there we go. Is
that looks great.
My Sunday fun day brunch cocktail. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining, and thanks again, Luke, for helping me out with this.
My pleasure.
Man, I'm looking forward to making some more cocktails with you.
I know. I better get the shrimp.
Yeah, I'll bring the vodka. You bring the shrimp. How about that?
Yeah, perfect. Good deal.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again to Bacardi for allowing this platform and for allowing us to express ourselves. And anyway, in the meantime, stay safe and quarantine responsibly. Cheers. So before I go, I'm going to pay it forward and share some of my tips with some outstanding restaurant people. In my tip pool today, we have Chef Luke Donato, Adriana Cavera, Stuart Knapman, Kira Farrell, and Mihal O'Brien. Cheers, guys. Thanks.